Good morning, nerds. Oh. This is day one of Salt Lake Comic Con 2018. FanX, what comic convention? You know, the thing, the nerd convention we're at in Salt Lake. Yeah.
Generally nerdy.
So, being as today is day one, there are a couple of things that we should talk about. And that's hygiene. At the very least, give yourself a good washing before you go into day one. Preferably, you jump into the shower and scrub your carcass at least once before each day, because you're gonna get sweaty. I mean, even if you're not an overly sweaty person like I am, there's a lot of people. It gets really hot on the show floor. It's gonna happen. And by the time you can smell yourself, people have been able to smell you for a whole day at least. So definitely jump in the shower, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. 5 minutes, clean yourself real quick. It's a common courtesy that everyone should do because, again, we are so close to each other. We're going to be packed in real tight. Remember the first time we came to Salt Lake Comic Con, it was kind of like a mosh pit. We were stuck with all the other people around us. And I know washing yourself at least once before the con starts, because regularly takes a few days before you start to smell. So if it's your style to do the whole washing your body thing every few days or once a week or whatever your thing is, make that one day the beginning of the con. Totally fair, totally acceptable. You shouldn't be, your smell should not become so offensive by the end of the convention that, you know, people can't handle it. So long as you also have some of this. Now, I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm really not. Everyone's different. In so many ways, everyone's different. So, again, if showering every day isn't your thing, and it's not my thing. I don't shower every day. I shower maybe twice a week. Or cleaning yourself, whatever, you need the deodorant. That's probably the biggest thing. So when somebody who is unaccustomed to nerd culture comes to a nerd event, one of the big stereotypes and one of the big complaints that you hear a lot of is that we have bad hygiene. And they're not entirely wrong. So this needs to be addressed. I'm sorry, this is loud. Let me end this one. So yeah, hygiene is a thing, and you don't need to use antiperspirant, but some sort of deodorant will go a long way. It's just again, common courtesy. Nobody wants to smell your funk, just like you don't want to smell anybody else's funk. So keep it funk free at least for the 3 or 4 days that the convention happens. And like you just saw, brush those dang teeth, because you are going to be this close to other people very often. The halitosis is a thing, and you want to make sure that people want to speak with you, because again, this is, for a lot of nerds, this is their only, or their biggest rather, not necessarily their only, but their biggest social event for the year, or however frequently they find a Comic-Con to go to. And so social cues aren't necessarily a thing a lot of us can pick up on. I know I miss them all the time. It just gets awkward really fast. But having at least that much forethought of, I'm going to be speaking to people, maybe my mouth should be clean. I'm going to be standing near people, maybe I shouldn't be a sweaty mess. And if you have the long hair, then run a brush through it. You don't necessarily have to wash it, but keep it tame. Again, common courtesy really goes a long way. So, the con does not start until 2 o'clock today, which gives us time, which gives us time to find some decent parking. Sorry for I'm just trying to drive at the same time. Don't do this at home, kids. So yeah, we need to find some parking. I know where we usually park. I might just park there for a minute. I might be getting a parking pass from my sister because she works downtown, pretty close to the Salt Palace, which is where Salt Lake Comic-Con happens. So that's cool. If it doesn't happen though, I need to find something closer than where we normally park, because where we normally park is going to be a pain in the butt trying to get to and from with my photography gear, because tomorrow and Saturday I have clients. I have sessions, I have shoots scheduled, and things are gonna happen. So yeah. So that is the Salt Palace. You can see it right there. Whee! Salt Palace. Yeah, that's where things are happening. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. It's about 12:30, and it's already pretty insane. It's freaking Thursday afternoon. Shouldn't all of these kids be in school? I don't know what's going on. So today at the con, our main goals, I mean, obviously we have a couple of panels we're going to be catching, but our main goals are going to be finding good spots for the shoots. So yeah, that's where we're at, and now I'm gonna stop vlogging because this is unsafe and find some parking. So we finally got in. That was some doing. In years past, I've always had my wristband and such sent to me in the mail. This is the first year I haven't bought my ticket early enough that it can be sent to me in the mail, so I had to go through the line. And let's just say, if you're going to Salt Lake, buy your tickets early so they send it to you in the mail, because that line was a joke. It took me almost an hour to get through just to get this, and then I had to wait again to get actually into the convention. So, sweaty, all the stuff. But at the front of the line, you get your schedule. Always remember, always get your physical schedule, because the app, while it is the one that they update the most, you can always check that online somewhere else. It's generally speaking, you have to pay for Wi-Fi when you're at a place like this, and that's if you can get a signal when you're on the floor. So physical, if you have to update it, you can update it manually, and then you double check it with your pre-done schedule, the one that you planned out ahead of time. So goals right now, I want to catch a panel, starts at 4 o'clock. It is just about 3, just after 3 rather. So panel starts at 4. Goals for today, aside from catching the 2 panels I wanted to catch, I'm going to do just kind of orient ourselves, get the lay of the land, kind of figure out where everything is, because not everything's the same every year. Salt Lake Comic-Con's pretty consistent, so not much should have changed, though just from the little bit of walking from ticketing to the main hallway, let alone the vendor floor, some things are noticeably different. So we'll orient ourselves for that. And then we will do some scouting, looking for spots that we can just get random cosplays, and also looking for spots for the photo shoots tomorrow and Saturday. So, and in the meantime, I'm gonna try and get some B-roll and some stuff for Adventures in Photography, so cross some fingers. All right, so we're trying something new on Generally Nerdy, guys. Since we're doing how-to Comic-Con videos, I figure people who have been to Comic-Con would have some advice for new people who have never been to Comic-Con. So this is, I say it, Cheryl, no, but your card has Sakura cosplay.
Yes.
Cheryl Sakura, you guys have seen her on the channel before. She's the Scorpion. She's been on the Instagram, all that stuff. And then with her is...
I'm Dana as Tina Belcher
Yes.
from Bumsburgers. She's cosplayed with me several times. Yes.
Rock and roll. So for anyone who has never been to Comic-Con, don't know what they're in for, they bought a one-day pass, what would be your advice to maximize their enjoyment of just the one day?
I would say don't overdo it. Don't wear heels. Wear comfortable shoes.
Yes, a big one we touch on a lot.
Or a change of shoes.
Yeah, like if you have a backpack like me, put
if
your
there's a
comfy
way
shoes,
to incorporate your purse as a cosplay item to carry things.
I'm
There you
carrying
go.
my phone in here.
She's carrying it with
like
her
little
cosplay item.
things I bought.
Nice.
Tomorrow I'm being Spock, and I'm gonna make the tricorder be my purse. I made it kind of multi-use there, so it's gonna be what I carry my stuff in, and just have fun. Be yourself. Be whatever character you think you can just latch onto and embrace, and bring a smile to people's face just being.
Right, no, for sure. That's legit. And the shoes is something I've touched on. I've done a couple of these videos without the questions section, and that's always a thing we touch on. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Water. Unlike in the car, you are going to be sweating profusely regardless of how you generally react to your environment. So water is going to be super key. As per usual, make sure you have a water bottle. If you do not have a water bottle, know where to get cups of water or where water fountains are, because you do not want to get dehydrated, because then you start getting lightheaded, you could pass out. Nobody has fun with that, so just keep some water. If they have, so another big one for me is if you're here for all 3 days and you have a set, you're going to every panel, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
But if someone wants to take that challenge, do it.
Yeah, we'd
Post
like to
about
see it done.
Blog about it.
Attend all panel challenge for the con. I would like to see it.
Right.
Awesome. I just feel like if you have a set, you want to catch this panel and then go right into that panel and then go right into that panel. You're not going to have as much fun as if, schedule it and give yourself some time to breathe.
Exactly, and that's, you get ambitious when you see all the stuff you want to do, but when you actually do it, you wear yourself out. You just want to take a break, and you want to give yourself that space to be able to take a break.
Yeah, we've kind of done it in days where, like, today was our walk around shop day.
Right.
Tomorrow's going to be kind of the same, and then, Saturday we can run around and focus more on cosplay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and the cosplay competition.
Rock and roll.
I think, personally, it's best to focus on what you want to get out of the convention. My friend Anthony is pretty new. Like, he's been to an anime convention before, but this is like his first overall
big
Comic-Con kind of thing. And he wanted to meet all the celebrity guests and blah blah blah. And I was like, give yourself a list of 5 must people that you have to see. And then, make a list of 10 that if you see those 5 and you still have time to do a couple more.
That's a very good idea. That's a really good idea.
So same with panels and
she's done this before.
Yeah, that's legit. That's awesome. That is an awesome plan of attack. I never really thought about doing it that way. I just I do it, but I don't have the extra list of 10. It's like, I want to do these 5-6 things, and then if I have time for anything else, I'll see what's available.
Yeah, you just get dizzy after a while, especially when you meet somebody that you admire. You're just you're kind of on cloud 9, and then you kind of forget I wanted to meet that person too, and now con's over. What do I do? So it's good to kind of you don't have to itinerary, but just kind of have a little to-do list in your head, and then when you are overtired because I haven't slept.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yes, that's the thing I wanted to do.
Awesome. Thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you.
For anyone who doesn't know, give Instagrams or Facebooks or whatever so they can find you.
Twitch, Cheryl Sikora.
Cheryl Sikora on Twitch. Link in the description.
Decrepit Monkey on pretty much any social media.
On all of the social
Yeah,
medias?
Monkey, all of the social medias.
And stay hydrated. Drink plenty
Stay
of water.
hydrated.
Yes, my water bottle ran out shortly.
Oh.
On
Yeah.
our way to get refreshment.
Thank you again, ladies.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
the rest of your
Good luck.
con, and I will try and
Glad
catch
we
you
got to run
both
into each
days.
other again.
Absolutely, for
See you
sure. So one thing I forgot to mention previously that we're also going to be doing for this How To Comic Con is we're looking for comic book vendors, because last year at Salt Lake Comic Con there were 3. I counted. So haven't really walked the floor a whole lot yet. I'm hopeful that we'll have at least more than 3. That's our goal. If we can find more than 3 comic book vendors, then it feels a little more like Comic-Con, I think. Thing to talk about while we're looking for places to shoot, places for pictures and such, or getting the lay of the land, as it were, is there are certain places where cosplayers tend to congregate. At Salt Lake Comic Con, FanX, whatever, there's the stairway where they do the meetups. There's a whole area right around those stairs where cosplayers will congregate, either because they're waiting for the meetups or just because that's where they know people are going to take pictures. There are a couple of places like that throughout Salt Lake. At Denver, though, there's the cosplay stage, which the last 2 years they've hidden in the back. And other than that, you just kind of have to look for them on the floor. The floor is a good place to get cosplay, but generally speaking, cosplayers who are really looking for their picture taken, here at Salt Lake anyway, is the stairs, by the stairs. That's the best place, because all the cosplayers who are going specifically with the look at me mentality are going to those stairs at some point. So if you just hang out at those stairs, odds are you'll find most, if not all, of the cosplay you're looking for, like the bingo for the Adventures in Photography video that we're filming at the same time. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for places where cosplayers congregate. Okay, that is day 1 for Salt Lake Comic Con 2018. FanX, Salt Lake Comic Convention, whatever things. Not a whole lot moved. Salt Lake is usually pretty solid. It's not broke, don't fix it, I feel like is a great motto these guys have taken on. And one comic book vendor. There is still parts of the vendor floor that I have not gotten to, but it's not looking good. One comic book vendor. That hurts a little bit right here. Anyway, thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. You know, the things are there and stuff, and I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. You do the same.